Welcome to the Monday Meltdown, where every Monday I have the conversations with you guys that I usually have with myself in the mirror. And this week I want to talk about body hair, specifically the expectations on women of about what to do with said body hair, how that's changed in recent years, and my whole take on the sitch. So grab yourself a drink and let's get into it. So there has definitely been a more positive change in attitudes towards women's body hair in recent years, which I am completely here for. But generally speaking, all of my life, the attitude has been is that men don't have to shave their body hair. Wherever it grows, it's normal, it's natural, it's accepted. But with women, the expectation is that we have to shave. And it wasn't until I was about 18 and it was like pointed out to me like how weird that is. Like, it's so normalized. I was going through life just thinking that is what it is. I don't know why I'm doing this. But was just going through life not thinking anything of it, and then it was actually pointed out to me like what a weird double standard that is, and like who decided that was the case. You know what I mean? That actually got me thinking like, oh, that is a little bit weird actually, that is just how it is, and I've never questioned why. But I vividly remember being sat in like year 8 PE at the age of like 12, 13 or something, and I was sat cross-legged on the grass as the teacher was explaining what we were going to do for the lesson. Because I was sat down, my joggers were revealing some of my legs, and a friend of mine saw my legs, and I had never shaved them before in my life. I'd never been told to. I didn't know that was what you were meant to do. And she just started absolutely wetting herself, like rolled over laughing at the fact that I'd never shaved my legs before. She was creased over, doubled over, laughing. She couldn't believe it. She genuinely found it the most amusing thing in the world. It made her weak. And she was just looking at them, touching them. You know, other people in this class started looking, being like, what's this commotion about? Being like, they are so hairy, that's so odd. And I felt like so embarrassed and so weird about it and so othered. Like, I was like, you're meant to shave your legs? Why? But from that point again, like, I never questioned it. I went home that night and I talked to my mum about shaving your legs, and she was like, oh yeah, you are supposed to really shave your legs like as you get older, but like it's fine. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna shave my legs now. And I did. And I wouldn't say that like from that point on I was really self-conscious. I wouldn't describe it like that, but I was definitely like in with it then. I was in with the know that, you know, like we shave our legs. That's the norm. That is what it is. I just took it at face value. But then once I was in the know, I didn't react exactly like that friend in the PE class had. But when I did become in the know, I started to kind of like feel the same way about myself and other people, specifically other girls who weren't shaving or maybe hadn't shaved their legs, like if they were wearing a dress or something. Like I remember then, like if I went out, not even in a crop top, like a short sleeve shirt, where if I raised my arm in a specific way and you were sat at a certain angle, you could potentially see my armpits. And I realised like partway through the day, oh crap, I haven't shaved my armpits. It would be a big deal. And if that was one of my other friends and they came over to me and said that, like, it would be a big deal then too. It'd be like, oh my God, no, you haven't, have you? Oh God, you need to put your hand up in class because the teacher asked you a question. Just do it like this. You're just gonna have to be careful for the rest of the day, but it'll be fine. No one will notice if you do that. Or like if we were at a party and I were in a dress and I forgot to shave my armpits, or I forgot to shave my legs or something, it'd be like, oh God. Your friends would be looking and either being like, oh, honestly, don't worry, it's not that bad. Or, oh God, that is that bad actually. I feel really sorry for you. Just like shave first thing when you get back home so you don't forget. And that was just the norm for me, really. I didn't really question that was a little bit odd and that guys like don't have that problem because it's not the expectation that they would shave their body hair for some random made up reason. And then COVID hit and TikTok blew up in 2020. Everyone was stuck in the house. No one had anything to do. TikTok was the perfect escape. Everyone was watching videos, everyone was making videos because we had nothing else to do. And I remember watching a video of this girl who just had like full on underarm hair, proper bush. And she was just basically making a video like about the fact that she had underarm hair and how weird it is that the expectation is that women shouldn't have underarm hair, and if they do, like, it's weird or odd. And that was the first time I'd been privy to that kind of conversation. I remember watching it and being like, that is a little bit odd. I'll admit, before seeing that video, if I had seen a woman out in public wearing a crop top just with like the most luscious hair under the arms you've ever seen, I would have looked at that point in my life and been taken aback a little bit and being like, oh God, she should shave it, right? Like, that's a bit weird, that's a bit odd. And ironically, I'd never clocked before how odd that was to think that way until I watched this girl's video. And from then on, I just saw like a little bit more on social media about this conversation of like women shouldn't feel the need to shave if they don't want to. It's like a mountain made out of a molehill, like it's a non-issue really. And I never really like spoke to anyone like of my friends about it, like in my own personal life. I was already 18 at this point by the time COVID subsided and we started getting back to some sort of normality. We're all adults, and no one that I surrounded or still surround myself with is asked whether I have armpit hair and hairy legs or not. So from then on, I just stopped caring, and it was really nice. I personally do still shave because that's just what makes me feel the most comfortable. But at heart, I've never really been asked, particularly about my legs. And now I just feel like more comfortable in not being bothered about it. Like before, I felt like, oh, not being bothered about it. Like, am I a bit odd? Am I a bit lazy? Am I a bit dirty? But now I know none of those things are true. I feel a lot more confident and comfortable in the fact that I don't shave my arms and my legs. Like, if my armpits need shaving at some point, I'm not asked about it. I'm fine with a bit of hair under there. I'm fine with some caterpillar legs. And as and when I do want to shave, I will. For example, I put on a bandeau boob tube top the other day, noticed that I had really hairy armpits, and I was like, oh, it's got to a point that for me, I probably should shave them now. And I was like, I'll probably hop in the shower later on and do it later. I still wore the crop top for the day. I wasn't bothered that my hairy pits were on display, whereas before, completely would have been. I would have been embarrassed of my hairy pits like 2 weeks ago when the stubble just ever so slightly started to grow back. But no, not anymore. I was like, yeah, I probably do want to shave at this point now. But you know, I'm not going anywhere special. It's a hot day outside. I'm still going to wear my crop top. When I go in the shower later, I'll shave my armpits. Job's a good in. And I don't really shave my legs anymore, really, unless it's like the summer and I'm going out somewhere special, like on holiday and stuff, and you want to pamper yourself before a holiday, you know, get your lashes done, fake tan, shave your legs and such. And that's when I'll shave my legs. Barely get shaved in the winter. What's the point? I'm mostly wearing tights, trousers and such in the winter anyway. My legs aren't on show. Who cares? And I like that now it's just not seen as that much of a bigger deal, or at least from my perspective it's not. Someone watching this might have a completely different experience with it and still feel like they're heavily judged. But thank you for coming to the Meltdown this week. I hope you enjoyed. It is so hot today and so hot in this office room that I film in because it's sun facing. I have the blinds down, but I've got the window shut for the filming purposes. So I have a cup of ice water today in my proper British cup. Let me know what drink you've been having for the Meltdown this week down in the comments below, and let me know what your experience with this whole thing has been. If you're a guy, what do you think on the whole situation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you are going to stick around, then I'll see you next week for another Meltdown. Bye.